Hello, my amazing artists. Today we're going to be working on these underwater scene pop-up seascapes. So we're going to be creating our seascapes in a few different steps. First of all, we're going to be folding our paper because our pop-up is going to happen in the middle of our paper. So when you're folding, it's a little bit tricky, but I know you can do it. You are going to line up your edges, and you're going to put your finger down really tight to make sure that it stays. Then you're going to slide up, crease it, then slide to the left, slide over. Oops, my camera kind of messed up. But it should look like this when you're done. You can open and fold it. Next, we're going to go into designing our seafloor, and I'm going to show you a few examples of students in our school who have already started those. They've been using oil pastel and crayon to make sure that when we paint over them with our watercolor, it will resist the paint. Resist means to push against. Resist, to push against. So our projects are going to be oil pastel and crayon resist projects. Notice how these students use lots of detail. They're using crayon and pastel and all of their different animals and shells and starfish, so that when they paint, they are going to resist the paint and pop through. Some of these students have already started on the next step, which is our watercolor. So we're going to be using watercolor to paint over all of our wax and oil pastels, and they should pop through. Keep in mind, anything that's white, you'll either need to go around really carefully or make sure you've painted with either a white pastel or a white crayon. I love how all of the neon pastels really pop through the water, and I love how this student used some other colors in her water to make a beautiful purplish ocean scene. All right, once we have finished up the painting part, we are going to move on to drawing our pop-up animals. These are the animals that are going to pop out at you once you open up your card. So I'm going to do these in colored pencil because I want them to be very detailed. You guys can do the same using oil pastel, colored pencil, or crayon. Keep in mind your pop-ups are the main attraction of your project, so you want them to be very detailed and take your time. I'm going to do a variety of sea creatures, maybe a dolphin, maybe a seahorse, maybe a starfish, a whale. You could even make your sunken ship be the pop-up attraction. It's up to you. Something I like to do when coloring is use really small circles and color lightly. That way I can show some shadow and depth. So when I'm coloring in my seahorse, I'm just doing small little circles. Then I'm going to take another color close to the color I've just used, doing that same technique with lighter, with little circles. And I'm just going to color around the edge. That's going to make my seahorse look a little bit more three-dimensional. Give it more of a shadow. All right, that's about as far as you'll probably get today. If that, make sure that your name and class code is on the back of every paper that you work on today because we don't want to lose them. We're going to have a lot of loose parts in this project, and it's important your name and class code go on everything. Also, make sure you listen for the color that your projects are going to go on the drying rack to make sure you put yours on the right level. All right, good luck. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with.